bottom right, in the jet fuel pink, it's Teawave. In the top left, in the flaming orange, well, he set Teawave on fire. It's Danimal.
Now we gotta... Oh, okay.
Oh, good. I hope this goes hilariously.
Interesting. Well, just judging by how late the
What?
the Forge was, I was suspecting it was going to be Nexus first. But Forge into Nexus. And that Overlord... Is this... Can you do...
Checking for the third, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do a low to or a high to low there.
Yeah, I was
think
just wondering.
There's like that weird texture that it does not allow you to place a cannon.
Gotcha.
It's more like a safety forge.
I mean, he still could have tried to get the cannon rush off, but because there was the Overlord scouting, you would have known it immediately. I guess he could have tried to bait out a probe pull, a drone pull. That probably would have been worth it. Just throw down a pylon, and if he doesn't respond, then you have the Forge, and you can potentially cannon rush it.
Danimal does get that quick Nexus down, so that's really good for him, and he knows that he'll be safe behind this wall since it's mostly completed. He can just put a cannon down for extra protection if he feels like it's necessary.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The wall is fairly easy to establish on this map as well, so pretty good. Pretty good map to go more Sim City on and grab a quicker Nexus because of it. And getting your Sim City is like a really important part of learning Protoss because they're so reliant on good building placement.
The right type of building placement, so you funnel in units the way you want and keep yours with
protected.
Movement.
Yes.
Pathways.
Give your units more options than your opponents.
Exactly. So these players just gonna get all their tech up. Teawave being very vigilant about the scouting. Does not want to get knocked out of this group.
No, that is for sure. I mean, it's elimination for both of these players. They're playing their hearts out. I know a lot of people in the chat want the Danimal to go through here. I'm sure Teawave has a few fans in here as well, though.
I would have been more of a fan if there was a proxy hatch.
Yep, Susan will cheer for anyone who busts out a few proxy hatches in a series or over their lifetime.
A quick layer from Teawave. Depending on when these gases are taken at the natural, it could be for some mutaplay.
Yep, certainly could be. Mutaplay is a definite possibility. I'd like to see a third base soon. And I'm also curious in what Danimal's going to make from this Stargate.
Well, Danimal's been really favoring the Phoenix, so he's probably going to go for Phoenix, and I think that'd be a good play for Danimal. Because if Teawave does, in fact, go for the Mutalisk, he already has Phoenix. It's not that much more time to get the Fleet Beacon up and the Anion Pulse Crystals, or Phoenix range.
And even just the threat of Phoenix is enough to discourage people from going Mutas.
But it's going to be an Oracle.
Okay.
Which is also a good choice. There are no spores up, and I believe just one queen at both bases.
Likely just one. Let's look at the units tab. 3 queens in total, 1 spreading creep. But it's going to be close to get back to the second base. But no creep between the main and the natural.
And there is the Spire. So Teawave looking to get some quick Mutalisk out. And Mutalisks were, I think in the couple games before, pretty much ended up winning for them.
Yeah, teawave did some great Mutalisk play and ended up taking one of the games against
someone else.
Yes, against one of the other Protoss in this group.
Okay, this Oracle. I'm going to get a couple drones. With one queen, the Oracle can take it down, but with the second queen, it's going to be very close. Don't want to lose that Oracle, and the queen is just barely dies. So.
Well, got a few drone kills with it. Not the best control, but at least, you know, if you didn't get that queen, that would have been tragic. But with the queen, it's okay.
Danimal did not see the Spire.
That's true. Mutas are in production. They're going to be flying across the map, and what's being made for Danimal? Blink Stalkers that are okay at dealing with Mutas. I mean, they're better than normal Stalkers, but with good Muta control, they'll be able to back out and regen before the Stalkers can really kill them.
Also, the way these bases are placed, you can't really blink up as easily or down, because the angling's kind of like a little bit weird, and between the natural and the third, there's also that like little lake.
Yeah, so you can't really blink over there either. The best they can do is maybe like...
You can't blink like a clump. You can blink like a 3.
Yeah. The best they can do is maybe blink over that wall that they made, because that funneling through the wall will slow them down quite a bit. But for T-Wave, going to be moving across, clumping both the Mutas and the Lings, and going for Hydras as well. So this is a very similar strategy we saw them use in the losers match. We'll see if they can pull it off against Danimal.
Now, Danimal has a pretty large bank, and he could really use it to get some warping rounds right now, or maybe make something else from the Stargate. He's going to have to defend this, maybe not defend this attack at the third. I guess T-Wave changed their minds. Now going to go around perhaps to the natural.
Yeah. Going around... going to the main, actually. Okay, going into the main. Maybe can take out the... Well, certainly going to go for some probes, but might even be able to get the Stargate if they tried. And taking out the Stargate would be really great because it eliminates the threat of Phoenix.
And these probes are in some big trouble. The Stalker's very slowly making their way over there, but the Mutas, they're so quick, they can just fly out. Now, if T-Wave had 2 groups of Mutalisks, this would be a really great time to utilize the distance between the main and the third.
Yes.
Or even just running the Lings in. That would have been okay too. So right now T-Wave's going back to the main with the Mutalisk, and forcing another big pro pull. The Lings looks like they're going to come around and attack the third Danimal.
Okay, Photon Overcharge goes down in the main. The third is now being harassed, but nice Sim City there. So Danimal is going to be able to defend this with... Okay, the Lings...
Well, the Lings are... their AI is messing with them.
Yeah.
So...
But they still get all of the workers here.
And now the army of Danimal being pulled down towards the third, just allowing the Mutalisks to come back. So no, guess what? Stalker's got to go back.
Yeah,
scare the Mutas away.
The threat of Mutalisk is really messing with Danimal. And now his SimCity's working against him because it takes his Stalkers so long to get through the maze of buildings that Danimal set up to stop Lings.
Now, T-Wave could be taking a 4th, even a 5th behind this. Like, the map is very in favor of T-Wave. Now, these Stalkers getting surrounded by the Lings. No force fields going down. T-Wave did take out quite a few Stalkers for almost free. So Overseers are just quitting life. Except that one. No, that one quits too.
Yep. Surrenders its life. But look at the supply difference. 153 versus 88. 97 army to 56. And T-Wave has more workers as well. Like, every single factor of this game is going in T-Wave's favor.
And what would Danimal need to do here to change this game back into his favor?
That's a tough call. I mean, Danimal probably needed to start Phoenix a while ago. To change the situation now, I don't even know what he could do. Like, he can't kill this army in a straight up engagement there, unless maybe he hits some really nice force fields, focus down the mutas with his stalkers. I mean, how many? 34 mutas versus 19 stalkers. I don't think his army in any way could take this battle head on. So maybe he has to stall out the game a bit more. And he's not going to win a base trade either because it's Ling Muta versus Protoss. Yeah, I mean, that you don't win a base race with that. So I guess he has to stall out the game, try and get his worker supply back, build Phoenix to
Phoenix
counter.
range.
Yeah.
Maybe even Storm for the Lings.
Yeah. But basically he just needs to buy time to get himself back into this. If he can get up to maxed and create an army composition that counters teawave, he can walk across the map and just kill his army in a way more cost-effective trade than teawave can get, and then hopefully take out the base before he can remax. But all this damage is being done to the third base. Mutalisks are just going to retreat until the Lings catch up. Now they're going to engage.
Yeah, they don't even need to. This is so much third. Danimal just does not have enough units here. The 3 Guardian Shields do go down. Some Force Fields trying to help out, but the Mutalisks just fly over them and take out the remaining Stalkers. And GG, T-Wave takes game 1. The bottom right, in the truffle pink, it's T-Wave. And in the top left, in the golden gold orange, it's Danimal.
Golden gold.
I can make up any color name I want, just like anyone else. Except earlier there was someone in the chat named Xenodor. He's figured me out. I do actually know the names of actual colors.
You just choose not to use them.
Yeah.
And once again, Danimal is having this looks like it could be a Nexus first, but last time he threw down the Forge on like 15. I'm wondering if he's getting, if the exhaustion is getting to him, maybe he's forgetting to place his tech buildings, because even a Nexus could be down. Usually 15 Nexus if you go Nexus first, right?
Yeah, it could be. But it looks like he's going to go for the 16 Nexus, just slight variation. Maybe he just likes this better.
Maybe. One issue is that it does end up slowing down your gateway quite a bit. Oh no, we'll be a Forge to follow it up.
This is just a safety forge. So it'll be forged into gateway. Into probably another gateway. Well, I guess he's going to go off with a pylon, so it'll be forged into gateway.
Yep. Gateway as soon as he has the money for it, and here we go. So a very economic opening from the Danimal. Getting a lot of probes, and then the Nexus, and then finally into his tech buildings.
And even placing that cannon down, so he's going to be completely prepared if T-Wave does a huge Ling flood.
Could still be susceptible to some sort of Roach or Baneling bust, though.
Now there is a weak or a more exposed pylon at the bottomish rightish.
Yeah. Yeah, so that could be that point of entry. Actually, at the moment, nothing holding the wall together, but there are no Lings to contest it.
Now, T-Wave should have seen this very quick Nexus and could have just gone for a very quick third. Because, like, what would Danimal do? Nothing!
Yeah. I mean, this is very similar to a situation we saw in the first series of the day when Teawave was encountering a Nexus first and could have went for, like, super greedy build 3 base into, like, gasless with lots of drones, but just ended up playing for a 2 base bust and stayed on 2 bases for like way too long. So we'll see if T-Wave makes the same mistake again, or if they'll adapt to this situation.
T-Wave returning up pretty hard here. I like that. I like that greed. Gotta be super greedy when the Protoss is greedy.
Yeah, I mean, you really do need it if you're going to try and contest a Protoss that goes Nexus first. And the third will go down. So T-Wave adapting the style, going to go for more of a greedy opening. And I mean, really, what can Danimal do to contest that third? He's not going to have Warp Gate anytime soon. His entire army is like a Stalker, a Zealot, and a Mothership Core.
Like, that is kind of comparable to T-Wave's army, but you don't want to risk the potential of Ling Flood in your base.
And the other thing is, like, because T-Wave will see this from the Overlords spread across the map, like, if he does try and punish this, he'll just make Lings. You know, pure Speed Ling can shut down that entire situation. And it looks like, you know, Danimal is going to move across the map, I guess trying to go for a Warp Gate timing. I don't think this will be an all-in by any standards since the Twilight just finished, so if there's going to be a big timing attack, it should
Dark
include Blink.
Shrine.
Oh, Dark Shrine. Okay. Okay, so this
Immediately Danimal is my favorite.
Okay, this could be dangerous. There
Could be.
I mean, I don't think there's a lair.
There is a lair.
Yeah, there's a lair because there's a spire started. So I guess this is just gonna come down to if there's detection, if there are spores. But in this situation, like, the Lings will shut down all of this.
Recall. Oh, it doesn't even get to save that Stalker. Good try, though.
Mothership goes home, but I mean, Mothership could have floated. These Lings aren't gonna get it. So that's some wasted energy since neither of those units got saved.
A Blink is started with this as well. So Danimal may be responding to the previous game like, oh, those mutas really kind of give me a hard time. I'm going to get Blink a little quicker. Blink plus M+2. This Blink +2 against mutas, you know, it's actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Blink +2 is pretty good against... Oh! He wasn't holding position, so the Lings get in.
This is terrible.
Because of the recall, there's not enough for a Photon Overcharge, and this Photon Cannon isn't even in a great, you know, SimCity location, so lots of surface area on it. Lots of probes are going down already. They get a pretty good surround on the Lings, but there are so many of them. And
defensive Dark Templars are warped in. He could, that one is just going a little bit rogue there. He could just send one across the map and keep one at home. But instead, the probes are going to do their best to fight off these Lings. You know, like, I feel pretty bad for Danimal here. I do love Dark Shrine, but, you know, this happens to the best of us. We saw it happen to Partying in the GSL, like, recently, and, like, that was real bad.
So now, because there is, you know, because the Dark Templar warped in defensively, the element of surprise is gone. There's already three Overseers on the map. Spores at every base. This is just a terrible, terrible situation for the Danimal.
You've been calling him the Danimal for, like, I don't know, the past series and forever.
The past, like, entire cast.
Yeah. just saying, like, there might actually be more than one.
One of the many Danimals.
Or, like, this might not be a title. Anyway.
Okay, well,
unfortunately, those DTs get nothing done. But Danimal does see the Mutalisk. So will his defenses be up in time? Will he have enough Blink Stalkers? Maybe he'll make a ton of Photon Cannons.
Maybe. Maybe. There still is a proxy pylon on the map, so Danimal could warp in a few Dark Templars still. You know, there are spores, but Dark Templar, you know, they can kill things really quickly if there's no response, and spores don't shoot them.
These probes, they're watch out, the stalkers need to turn around. Is Blink not done? I thought Blink was... Okay, Blink is done. So that was much better response from Danimal than in this game than the last game. There are quite a few stalkers here to scare off the Mutalisk. The Mothership Core also does have energy for a photon overcharge.
I'm really not sure if Danimal can end up holding this. Like, he's down in worker supply, he's down in army supply. Teawave is getting, you know, Teawave is starting to stabilize in the upgrade situation, getting 1/1 for range and carapace, +1 flyer attacks. I'm a little surprised that it is going to be range, since
there's no detection here. This Dark Templar is doing way more than it should have done.
6 kills on that Dark Templar before it goes down, so that was certainly worth it. This DT will also start to go to work on the 4th base. I don't think it'll take it out before the mutas get here, but it will, you know, soften it up quite a bit.
But this is also buying Danimal time.
That's true. That's the. I think it will go down. Maybe.
Oh, no, the overseers are just very slowly flying or floating over there.
And that pylon does get taken out, so there will be no more DT warp-ins.
So Teawave just taking control of this map. Danimal's having a really difficult time getting a 3rd base up. Hasn't even really attempted yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he can. Not against this many speedlings and mutas. Mutas are not going into the main while the army's distracted with all these speedlings. Gonna try and poke at the mineral line. I'm sure he's getting quite a bit of damage done. And he's probably got to pull back with these lings because they can't really fight into Archons. Archons are pretty good at dealing with lings. They got that splash damage. And it looks like Teawave is going to focus down that Dark Shrine. Tired of those shenanigans. Going to take it out. And could even maybe get... gets those stalkers as they're warping in, so that's nice.
Danimal's in a lot of trouble here. He's got less than half the supply of workers and less than 1/3 of the supply in army. Those Archons do get a couple good hits on the mutas, but none of them end up dying.
A few of them very low, but the Archon splash damage can be really rough for Mutalisk, especially if they do clump up like they generally do.
Yeah. That's a really beautiful way of saying it.
Well, I mean, air units in StarCraft are very susceptible to clumping, so you gotta be really careful with that.
As opposed to something like Ultralisk.
Yes, Ultralisk are less prone to clumping. But, okay, so Danimal is trying to do some damage here. Does take out the 4th base. Teawave is ready for a giant... Okay, actually he's taking out the rocks to give himself a bit more mobility. But now he's ready to come in on this army, although Danimal's in a pretty good position.
Time warp does go down. Let's see if the Archons and the Stalkers can take out all of those Mutalisks, but there are a ton of Hydras behind this, and Danimal, unfortunately for the Protoss fans, GG, and Teawave takes it. 2-0.
Yep, 2-0. So Teawave will be our final player moving on to the round of 8, our 8th player, and I believe Teawave is going to be matched up against...
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.